Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House.
And what was like, especially like from the first time you did the characters, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That'd be
Find
fun.
that from the LSE smiling.
Yeah, I'm smiling.
Ew.
He's spinning up again. Dude,
It's a mess.
what's wrong with you today, dude?
Man, life is crazy, guys.
I think we're on.
I think we are on.
Probably.
Welcome to the Dungeon House.
It's good to be here.
My son has spit up multiple times today.
Which is not uncommon for a small child, but
No.
I was one of the people that spit up upon, which was pretty fun.
Great
I was-
honor.
Very great honor.
That's
I
how he
bestowed-
grades people.
bestowed the blessing of.
Man, could you imagine if there was a area that's how you
He's like
greeted people? It's
Just
just
gagged himself. It's good to meet you. Depending on how much you get on yourself is shows
like
how great of an honor you are.
man, that's some world building, guys.
Like a spit is like just a normal like greeting, but if it's like someone that you really honor, like you're going all out. Everything. Cleaning the system. I'm so sorry, Tom. I know that you keep looking over at me like, please stop, please stop.
Take a freaking shower.
Tori,
Reset.
do you have something that happened to you today? I don't know if you want to share or not, but
Got my teeth.
yeah,
You guys, I got my first 3 cavities filled today.
ever.
Ever. So I'm a little bit droopy on this side. It's all fine except for when I say like
Whoa.
sounds or the sounds, then it
That was the
feels
same
like-
sound.
Oh no. And the like thank you. And also like finally. It just sounds a little bitty, but
Oh, it's
Whoever
like,
gets
fishing rod.
Adelaide to say the sounds or the sounds the most wins this session.
Challenge accepted.
whoever can make you say F or TH sounds the most.
This session
bring it
wins.
ready.
At least you don't have them in your own name.
Right.
That'd be
Adelaide. Who I didn't even
Thanks.
see anyone in the party because
Opal, Moss,
Haws.
he's also kind of hard.
Pablo.
Pablo's also
That's
different.
my wife.
They're not. They're
If
not
it's a student,
yeah, if it's a student, let me know. You can answer it. It's okay. It's
what is it?
it is his wife.
I didn't go check. It was like this.
It is my wife. Let's have, good. I'm glad that you got freedom.
I got to the 4th stage.
You got to. There's a 4th stage.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Faith, would you like to express why you weren't able to make it as soon on time? I don't know if people can hear you.
No, they can't. I am tardy because I was playing Legend of Zelda.
But she was trying to beat Ganon. We finished the fight, beat the game. Apparently, there's a 4th stage, and that's pretty. Have you finished the game yet, Brandon? Did you finish?
I haven't yet.
Just started playing.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's been good so far.
Faith's kind of to the point where she's just like, I want to just get it done, just to get it done.
Which I'll never be finished.
You got so many outfits to get, so much stuff to do.
The outfits, dude. I'm always just like tracking them down.
Trying to find the mushroom people.
Yeah,
It's rough.
blows.
I'm trying to get the feather.
Man, that's so fun. Well,
Okay, now you got numbed in your mouth and not your nose.
I think this is as many people as we're going to have to start. Faith, are you okay to start? Or do you need a second?
I can start.
Okay.
Does that mean I'm opening?
No, unless you want to. Would
I
you
think
like,
Tori.
Tori, would you like to open? Oh, sure. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Bring it on. I was born to do the introductions. So basically what happened was the gang, I'm too close to the mic. The gang was that we were in the midst of combat. Before us was the evil goop man, and behind him was the big baddie. He was kind of like horns, right?
Yeah, I had 2 big horns with like a smaller middle
Yeah.
horn.
In my head personally, I was imagining the Balrog from Lord of the Rings. So that's just kind of what I was seeing. And then there were all these shadow creatures. And so we were fighting, and Baron and Opal were like all up there in the front, and Red and Pinky were taking care of the kids, and Pinky got like pewed down and on the bridge, like, and then Moss was all up in there fighting, and then General Hobbs was like hanging onto the edge of glory, and he was like, whoever he said, girl or boy, it's a girl, and then she got up, and then Alia was having a panic attack for a bit there, and Evil Ralph, that's the guy's name, that's the Misty Man, and there was a little cube, and it was spinning, and it was purple, like I had a purplish glow, spinning, and what happened at the very end there? Did we do anything with the?
We interrogated some people. We threatened a child.
Mm-hmm.
The child still died.
The child was the demon. I think we should make that clear. Literally, no.
We smacked them with some things that could not be broken, and then argued.
Yeah.
And then vision.
Opal had a little look-see into the future, or into the past. I mean, not into the future. Silly me. Yeah, basically, like there's a couple of fun things that happen in combat, like the lights turned off, and there was a cloud kill spell that was chasing you across the bridge.
That's crazy.
Just some fun. It was just a good, fun combat session. It was a lot of combat, but now it's time to get started with the aftermath. As we're jumping into this, just to kind of reset the scene. It's probably been about, I'd say 15 or so minutes, 30 minutes afterwards. I may have said an hour last time, but we're going to redit that to about 30 minutes after the fight. Not much has happened. Besides people just looking around, getting the sense and idea of what the Temple of Night is. It was basically discovered and understood by those investigating the area that this was a very quick construction made by the Ryuli to protect whatever that prism that they found, a cube in the middle. It was also safeguarded by some sort of demon whose spawn kept up the call to protect it, though somehow the binding that Opal of ancient days still was able to seal upon it, and it could not leave. The shadows, as well as those of the doubles, were trying to get that child out of here. but you were able to manage to stop them, and hopefully stop whatever the shadow stuff that has been going around in Have-Not as well, though you do not know yet. That is the hopes and the prayers of the party at this point, as well as just a general feel of what is going on. Everyone's just mulling around a little bit in this dark area. The fungus on the walls is still kind of giving off that faint glow. Let me change that music so it's a little bit more somber for what's going on right now. With this being the situation ahead, surrounded by the black, almost ebony-like walls of the temple, in that inner courtyard where that monolith, the rectangular prism stood not too long ago. In that recess, you all kind of managed to make your way back together as a group. What would you all like to do?
Adelaide would like to check on Alia.
Where is Alia right now?
Probably just kind of over in a corner. Is what I would think.
And if you might ask, is she doing anything, or is she just kind of sitting there by herself? What's the view of what Adelaide walks into?
I think she's gonna walk up to Alia, kind of just sitting there with her Vigils pendant in her hand, and she's just gonna kind of be flipping it over in her hands.
Alia,
Yeah.
how are you feeling?
Not great, to be honest.
What happened there?
It's hard to explain. Real quick, Chase, I'm getting really bad feedback. I don't know if anybody else is.
Let me see if that.
Hello.
Maybe from this mic is picking us
You
up
can
and
bring it further this one.
Try that. Is that better?
It's a little bit better, yeah. To be honest, I don't know if I can do this.
What do you mean? What are you thinking?
I think my mom was right.
Did she not think that you were fit to be a vigil?
No, she didn't. And with kind of everything that's been going on, I think she's right.
Well, Alia, I think that you would be a great vigil. And I think that the vigils need you because of your talents and because of your heart. But truthfully, there's nothing wrong with having room to grow, and there's nothing wrong with being put into situations that you're not quite ready for yet. And you've definitely proven that when you're put to the test, and that when we need you, that you are fully capable of serving and saving and exploring and all the things that vigils do to become successful.
I'm just scared that I'm gonna get somebody killed.
Well, this be something that you need to ponder on your own, but Alia, I think you're in the right place. We're all grateful to have you, and to be honest, if you got any of us killed, it would probably be our fault, and if you got anyone else killed, it would probably be because you aimed for their head and not for anyone else, because honestly, I don't think that you go out of your way to kill anybody. Accidents happen, and we're here to save people, and if you weren't here at all, then things would be much worse.
So do you think I should keep trying?
Yes, I think that you should keep trying. And I also think that you should give yourself a little bit of grace.
Why do you say that?
Because we're all new. And I don't know if you've noticed it, but all of us have been making some mistakes along the way. For me, they've been pretty big mistakes. So don't be so hard on yourself. You're right along with the rest of us, and I feel like you're taking it the hardest.
Okay. I can try, I guess.
Wear that symbol proudly. And maybe next time that we go into town, we can get you some hairpins that match it. Oh, Vigil hairpins! Vigil hairpins. Pablo!
Pablo goes, have fun apart! From a distance away as he's still, like, carrying the two unconscious children.
I think they were conscious.
They're partially. They're not in a sense of being able to carry their own weight, if that makes sense.
Forget Vigil hair clips. I forgot that there were children that were injured. And Adelaide's gonna kind of turn from Alia after giving her like a sincere nod and then scurry off to the children.
Here, take this as
Baby.
no, take this. As I'll kind of hand some of my some food to some of the kids.
You can tell as you look a little more, these kids look like they've gone a couple of days probably without food and nourishment and stuff like that. They aren't too crazy lucid, though they are partially awake. The girl Clem, looks very familiar for all of you, she says that, thank you.
You're welcome. Good thing I only have water in my skin as well. Drink those.
They'll take turns sipping and stuff like that. Pablo won't let them just start guzzling it down. They want to, but as Pablo knows, if you let someone who's dehydrated drink water too fast, they will throw up. So he's seen that enough before to know. So he helps them right now.
I'll just kind of sit there with them until they're a little rest. Ask.
Okay. Takes a little bit while. You notice not sitting too far away, but kind of a little bit zoned out is Vinny, the one was there the whole time. You can see that he's found that dagger that you'd given the other Ralph, and he's kind of almost white knuckle clenching it and just kind of holding it to his chest, staring down.
You okay? Kid.
Huh?
You okay?
Yeah. No.
That wasn't your brother.
I want. Whoever that. It was so weird. It was like we were somehow able to escape. He shook me awake and from our cage, and we made a dash for it out. Somehow he got in the door open, and he kept running. And there was a couple times where he just seemed to know things, and we'd see something large, something scary pass. He acted exactly like my brother. How do I know if this one is also the real one?
Well, I think we got them all. But if you're worried about it, try and find some holy water and just splash it on his face every once in a while.
There he goes. There. Are you a monster hunter? How'd you know about that water that you gave me?
I've done a lot of studying. Yes.
Is that because you're a vigil? I saw the symbol a couple of you have been learning. Many of you told us.
Well, yeah, I guess part of it is because we're a vigil, but no, I do. I was a monster hunter.
Aren't vigils monster hunters?
Yes, they are. So I guess I am a monster hunter.
Monsters? Scary. How do you do it?
Been doing it for a long time. Honestly, you just eventually learn to just not let things bother you.
At this time, as you can't say that, he rubs his neck where he'd been partially stabbed. Not like, as I said, like just the prick of it. He kind of still rubs a little bit of the sting away. It must take a long time to get used to that.
It does. Here, let me help you. Take out another thing of my healer's kit, and then some.
Help bandage him up. Sure that he's doing good.
Little band-aid.
Little banded.
So what's your band-aid? Is it a Spider-Man band-aid or a Batman band-aid?
He seems like a Spider-Man kid.
How old is he?
You'd assume that he's probably around 7. So he's not old at all, but
That's like approaching Batman age, though.
No, that's Spider-Man age for sure.
I agree with David. I think that he's still in the Spider-Man realm. Especially with the way he was acting. He doesn't seem quite enough Batman, you know? So that's my vote for Vinny. I could see him turning Batman after this. He might go that way now.
So, can you tell me what even happened? How'd you guys get down here in the first place?
Well, Alf and I, we're from the Smiter's Quarry. And something not know this, sir, but the Smiter's Quarry is kind of where not the super well-off people are at. So a lot of times, Mom's working as a maid. She washes laundry, and our dad, he's a quarry miner. So sometimes what we do to help out is we sneak down here, because my brother and I were real quiet. We're able to find things, anything, bring it back up, and our parents are able to sell it. And it means that we buy a little bit and get nicer food, get some of that nice bread from the bread wall. And it's also really fun. We brought a friend down here. She'd always asked us if she'd come, but we know that it's not safe. So we'd always be very, very careful. came down here, and we was looking around, and we found this jar, and it looked really, really fancy. And inside the jar, it was interesting. We found a couple of needles and like this black stuff. And as soon as Clem and Ralph grabbed these needle things, everything just went black. I moved around for a second. I called out to them. I heard sounds shuffling, almost like a quiet moan. And then it just went black. I woke up here, in this place, and then not too long after I woke up was when Ralph and I escaped. Yeah, it's hard to tell down here. I don't know how long we've been gone. But him and I, we was able to find food, but I guess it wasn't Ralph.
I see.
He said that we were looking for someone. After I asked him why are we wandering around, there's a one time we found a place that looked really similar to where we'd been before. But he said, no, we gotta find something.
Did he ever tell you who?
No. But he made it sound like it was real important. But no, that's about it. You can tell with him talking about his grip on the dagger has kind of gone from the white knuckle to just more just holding it in his lap. Is it okay if I hold on to this until we get out? Then I'll promise to give it back, mister.
Sure.
Thanks. While this is going on, what else is happening?
Are we taking the crystal thing up? Right? Or what's going on again?
You haven't decided.
We're just chilling down there.
Basically, what, from my sense, everyone's kind of taking a breather, assessing the children, kind of have been looking around for the last little while. If you'd like to call everyone together, you can definitely do that. If you'd like to start discussing what to do.
Oh. I think Opal would just investigate around, but not very well, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what she would do. I don't think she would want to take charge, especially after all of what just happened.
Yeah. Well, if you want to look around but not really look that hard, you can make an investigation check with disadvantage.
Okay.
You should just want to look that hard.
Alia looked last time.
Alia looked.
Yeah, that's what I remembered. So I'm like, I'm not gonna look around very well. So
Just kind of twiddling your thumbs.
yeah, I'm like, what do you? I got a 4. No, I got a 4.
4. You would notice that there's a pattern in the bricks that looks oddly familiar to the acting head of the Triquetra. It just makes you chuckle a little bit.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he does look like a brickhead.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Opal does have thoughts and comments. Oh yes, she does. But I don't think she'll put over her thumbs until somebody else gathers everybody else and then would like to say some comment.
Bench up.
Are we all grouping up?
Well, that's up to everyone.
Somebody else has to
I was gonna
initiate.
say if not, do you think Baron's kind of stepped away from the kids at this point?
I think after talking to Vinny and kind of helping the kids a little bit, kind of feel a little bit better. I'll say, hey, I think we're gonna get ready to leave here in a little bit. Do you think you and your brother and your friend will be all right to walk with us?
You try.
Just stay here with Pablo. He's a pretty good guy. He'll make you laugh.
Yeah, Pablo's over there. You can see that he's found 2 sticks, and he's like hitting them against different kids. He's a pretty good guy. He's literally over there like, yeah, get up. They're like, no, that's terrible. No, he's like, he has 2 sticks, and he's showing Clem and the other one that's pretty tired a game, basically where you draw a grid on the ground and you have to try to guess what square the person's thinking of, stuff like that. And he's taught, it looks like Clem the secret to the game, and Ralph is getting a little bit frustrated. Both of them still look pretty meek, but they seem a little bit higher in spirits.
Why don't you go be with them, and I think we're gonna go have a talk for a minute.
A fun part, come here. It's black magic. I'll show you. He's like magic, and he runs over there.
And then I will head back the other way. And just... I don't know if Alia was going to stop me or if she was just asking me if
Yeah. No, Alia, she's gonna approach you a little more sheepishly.
I'm working my way towards like the bridge and kind of towards like the black orb where I feel like probably the majority of people are starting to kind of be.
All right. So, hey, Baron.
Yeah?
I have a quick question for you.
What's up?
During that fight, did you hear like a clock?
Yeah. Sounded like an old grandfather clock.
I don't know what happened, but I watched Opal get hit pretty badly, and then I guess I screamed, and then the clock went off. And she wasn't hit. She wasn't hurt in nearly the same way that I saw.
So you think that clock? So you're saying it was you then?
I think so.
Seems like if that's true, you saved Opal's life.
But I don't know at the same time.
Where does your magic come from? You know?
I don't know.
Did you study it?
Like, what do you mean?
Well, like, did you ever go to like a school to study magic?
No.
Okay.
I've always just been able to use it.
No gods, no anything like that.
No.
No, then it probably runs in your bloodline.
Maybe.
I mean, most people that have magic in their bloodline without studying it are just, I mean, you probably already know the term, but sorcerers. And that's true. They tend to have pretty rich magic in their family. So, I mean, I think the best thing that you could do is, I guess, keep practicing.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know a whole lot about magic. I don't really have any. I'll kind of go.
Except this. And that just runs
It just runs. By the way, thanks for saving my life.
Oh,
I was in a pretty close pickle. That's probably been the closest I've been in a long time.
I don't feel like I did much, but thanks.
I think you do more than you think. Come on, we're gathering everyone up.
Okay.
Pablo will bring the children over and see if anyone else wants to play the game.
Pinky play.
All right. Pinky, choose something in this room.
What?
Fun apart, choose something in the room.
Am I supposed to tell you?
No.
Oh, okay.
But no,
I got it.
actually, no. You're supposed to tell me, but don't tell these three.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gonna lean in real close.
Let me tell you the secret. I'll text it to you, Joy.
Okay.
Are you doing what I think you're? Are
Yeah.
you actually doing
Yeah, I'm
black
doing it.
magic?
Yeah.
Very fun.
A fun apart. The game is called Black Magic, and I don't know very much magic. I don't know. I don't know magic. So, but I make people think I'm, tricky with this one. So this one you might be able to take and use with someone else. But don't tell me the wait, no. Yes, tell me the item. That's how it works. Yes.
No.
No. It's not.
Pablo, no, this is not how you play.
Do you know this game?
Yeah, Pablo knows it.
Adelaide knows the
Oh,
game.
Ed knows.
Well, you probably taught Pablo the game.
Or Pablo taught Adelaide the game.
Did you send?
I'm working on it.
Okay. I think I know how to play, but I don't know for sure. Pinky might, but I don't know if Joy knows.
What? You're talking like the real game of black magic, right?
Yeah.
You don't know how to play
Does
black
anyone
magic?
here not Joy? You're the only one who doesn't know.
Played once.
I just need to confirm because I'm not sure that I know.
So do you know how to play black magic, Brandon?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Joy.
What?
I think I've played it before sometime,
Yeah.
but I could not recite how to play it to anybody.
I remember making so many people so mad with this game. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing.
So a fun part. The way it works is, and he whispers in your ear. So basically, you'll go and you'll point at different items, and I gave you the secret on how we have a telepathic bond. And so
Yes.
you do the thing, and then I know, and so then we trick them. So you
I
have
do know this game.
everything in front of us in this scenario. So point at something, and then we can say if Pablo is have fun applying it and figuring it out. You ready, Pre?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You got the item in your head.
Yes.
You can see his face really focus in, just like intently staring at you. Okay, I think I got it.
I don't actually know what's in, like, what the colors of things are in the room.
You can also use the things just on the screens, but
Oh, okay. I don't know how I'd point to something on the screen, though.
you can just say, "Is it that? Is it that?"
Okay. Is it the violin?
Have fun and know.
Is it my brightly colored lute?
Have fun and know.
Is it my pink shoes?
Have fun and know.
Is it... I'm sorry, I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. Is it Opal's arbor?
Have fun and know. He's getting
Is
worried.
it-
Like, oh, do we not know that?
She's going to then say the indicating thing.
Which you point to?
Well, I don't know. I can't really see. Is it
This is the. As you like lift up some a very rectangular shaped black rock. Have fun and know.
Is it the dead body in the corner?
Have fun and yeah. Am I right? Am I right?
You
Oh,
read my
because you're like this. Yeah, we know. Why? Black magic. Thanks, Bree.
Marvelous. So, what now?
We all gathered up now, or
Everyone's gathered up now.
Haws here as well, but
Brigadier Haws is walked over as well.
Fina!
Oh, very pretty.
I'm on.
You see Brigadier Haws kind of walk together. So, you guys have anything else you Vigils need to do here, or we could start heading back up towards the city?
Do you think that we should take a short rest here? Would it be best to do that once we're
have we already taken the short rest?
No one said anything.
We take a short rest.
As long as it takes 10 minutes.
I think it's 10 minutes to play that game, right?
I mean, probably.
If not, we can use some time to feed Donnie and then.
Feed Donnie. Get Donnie at Uzman out. What do you feed Donnie, by the way? Wait,
Wait, are you feeding him right in front of?
No.
It's like, excuse me, I need to go do something.
Adelaide, I think we were just about to talk about something.
Alright, let's talk about something. My bad. I'm just taking a short rest, so.
I think we're like, you guys were gathering together. I think we're getting ready to head out. Brigadier Haws says. Were you guys going to? You guys look like you wanted to say something. You guys have. I don't know. Look, this is your guys' shindig. I just came along for the ride.
epic rune.
I think we gotta figure out what we're doing with this black rock.
Well, we discussed the black rock and I looped the dead body.
Sure. Which dead body?
We'll start with the small one.
The fake Ralph.
Fake Ralph.
Fake Ralph is the goo that was left on the.
It's just gooey.
Yeah, all they found on him was the other needle, and I think Ralph Ren already picked that up.
Has anyone looted the big body?
You're muted, by the way, Brandon. Okay.
Has anyone looted the big body yet?
No one has.
I would like to loot the big body.
Okay. Roll an investigation check as you're going, like, because it's a very large creature, and it's not wearing tons of clothes, but just to see kind of an idea of what we're looking at here.
Yeah, can you tell me what that said?
7.
7.
You'd find on the body not very much of anything of worth, but you would find almost what looks to be something seared into like the chest, like almost like a metal medallion that's been pressed in. From the looks of it, it's as you kind of inspect it, as you remove it, it looks almost kind of like how do I say it? Almost like kind of like a piercing, but like just into the chest, somehow locked, almost like a rivet. If you know what a rivet does, is it goes in and kind of expands out. And so that way, it looks to be small.
I don't know if they can hear us or not, but can you hear us okay?
There we go. We're back.
Hey!
Back on the menu.
We literally have like torrential downpour outside.
Yeah,
Really?
our internet's really bad whenever there's a storm.
I don't know what everyone heard last. I was talking about the rivet with the Triquetra symbol on it. About,
Yeah.
like, the order.
That's basically what was the
We're missing
the rivet.
So hold on.
If that happens again,
Oh,
Don't leave it.
Ah!
What?
Hi.
if it happens again,
Are we on?
it'll be we're on. It'll be because of
I don't
the
think
storm.
anyone's responding to us.
Yeah, you're on.
we can hear you now.
No one was like doing anything for a second, and I was like, we were talking. And I was like, we're gone. No. All right, Adelaide. Going back to what you found, if you would assume that this has some sort of innate magical power that probably could be sold for some point, but you'd have to be identified to be able to tell what it does, as well as how much it'd be worth in a sense.
Did I try removing it?
Yes, you may. Do you have any sort of sword or dagger to try to get out of the skin?
Yeah, I have my sword.
Okay. I'd like you to do almost like a medicine check to see how well you're able to remove this cleanly.
That's so sad because I have a +5 medicine, but I rolled a 4. So that's a 9.
With a 9, as you try to work out this sort of magical device, you end up damaging it partially, kind of bending it in a sense. And you're not sure if it was what it was really working towards, and now it's a little bit damaged. So it might still be worth something, but it's
So it doesn't really seem like it's worth anything.
it's kind of crumpled and stuff like that a little bit. You dented the car before you'd even bought it, so it's a little bit of an awkward situation.
So could I see if this still has magical properties or be anything?
Yeah, do an Arcana check.
Yes. 17.
17 with it looks like there's some still base enchantment on it, and maybe if taken to the right person it could be repaired for whatever it is.
Well, I think
I'm
we
going to defeat it to Donnie.
You could definitely do that.
See what happens.
Yeah. That's the sounds of Donnie like slurping through it. I won't. He's bleeding.
Is there anything else that looks yummy that I could feed to Donnie?
You are in cahoots with everyone else besides Baron, I'm pretty sure.
and Moss.
And Moss. So you can enlist the help of someone else if anyone else has something that they want to feed the
It'd be cool to give him something from, the big battle.
big battle.
Like,
I
I
mean,
Yeah.
the Ralph slime.
The Ralph slime is a possibility. You'd have to kind of scoop it up with something to put it into Donnie.
I mean, there's a lot of nutrients in there. Perfect for a growing Donnie.
Scoop up a little on my fingers. Does that do anything to me?
As you put your hand into the Ralph's line. It's really cold and really like gelatinous. It's very unsettling texture, but it also has kind of a graininess to it. It's very gross. You put it in Donnie's jar as fast as you can. You see that as he touches it, it's almost like, like oil and water, like how it kind of doesn't like mixing, but slowly, like you can see Donnie's, the blackness of Donnie fill up more, and it's kind of like the other part shrinks kind of towards the middle as he has somehow absorbed the demon juice.
And he got bigger.
He got a little bit bigger.
Oh.
Not like crazy big, but probably had you saw a little bit of a difference in it. It looks like feeding him some sort of magical entities might help him grow big and strong.
So I'm gonna whisper into the jar, Donnie, do a little wiggle if you thought that was delicious.
He it's just continually undulating. Like his little arms are still kind of just lifting up towards something. Anything that it could reach.
He's just giddy. He's stoked.
Yeah. He's probably, you think he's doing the wave at first, because of his excitement, but then you realize it's just him shaking. So yeah.
Adelaide, we're waiting for you. What are you doing over there?
She's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna just walk over.
If Ren is there nearby, I'll be like, I think she's feeding a sourdough start. Nothing more.
Down here?
Yeah, the yeast loves things. Look, I don't know. I'm not a baker, but
I was inspired by the village.
The yeast
Maybe-
laugh.
the bread wall. I think I saw one of the bakers actually give her the start.
Maybe talk to Alia. I think she knows a little bit more about food than most of us.
No, I'll talk to Alia.
What are we gonna do about this rock?
Feed it to Donnie. Just kidding.
These are the options.
He becomes the big bad.
Donnie, no.
The power.
See him surround the whole thing, and then just as it becomes kaiju Donnie.
Just becomes like a dark god. Oh man.
So Opal said that. What was it? It was that you couldn't tell if it was good or bad, or did it have some kind of a presence? It gave you the vision, right? Is that what happened? It was
It did not give the vision.
just
but
cued the vision, or
it just being around here, and her pondering kind of cued the vision.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first off, I want to say I'm sorry for not being completely upfront and honest about the whole Demon Ralph thing, but I wanted to protect each of you from whatever he may do, knowing that he was a demon. I made the horrible mistake of making a game that was basically a puzzle within a puzzle, and yeah, it had a cute little riddle too, which well,
You see Vinny over there. He has solved the thing. Is everyone oh, I thought it wasn't that bad? No, I'm joking.
Oh, Vinny.
Let me see if I actually have it. I might send the key. Did you text?
Gasp and you knew? Because I don't think she realized that you knew.
yeah, and Casey's gonna have to scroll for a little bit, but yeah. So I apologize for that. I also feel like kind of dragged us into bigger things than I was anticipating myself. I was not expecting Mr. Baby Man to So I guess there's some things that we have ahead of us that we need to figure out. Yeah.
I don't think you should blame yourself for anything. I think we came here we did what we came here to do. For all we know, we figured out what was making the kids sick, kidnapping the kids. That was our assignment here. It's not your fault. If anything, you were a major help. If it wasn't for you, I don't know if we could have gotten to this point.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Okay. Great. Well, to reevaluate, that was our first kind of huge, big fight. How we feeling?
Hurrah!
Hurrah!
Adelaide's gonna take her sword. He's gonna do a little clink with Opal's axe. Clink.
Yeah. We got a from Baron. That's good. I think that's good.
Cherry bar. That's what Pablo says.
Oh, nice. Brigadier Haws, I saw you were having a great time hanging in there. How was that?
I like the pun, but a little bit too soon. Opal.
I agree. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I almost died. So I'm glad I didn't. I've learned something about myself through this experience. I really need to work on my upper body strength. But no, I thought that probably went as well as it probably could have, all things considered. I think this is my first time really working with Vigils. I was surprised about some things, to be honest, but I'm grateful that we were able to get things figured out.
Good. What about Pinky, Ren, Alia? What's up?
I think
Sitting
things are pretty
on the
okay.
ground. She is tired, not looking good.
Pinky is tired.
Black
Doesn't have
magic.
very many.
Black magic does take it out of you.
Yes, she also has 7 hit points. If you haven't taken a break yet.
We taking a short rest. I
You
think.
can take a short rest.
Okay, take it a short rest then. Let's roll some dice. Goodness.
Is anyone in like dire need of help right now? Pinky, would you like a word?
Sure, let's do that before I roll my hit dice.
I'm freezing the phone.
I spent some time thinking. And I think kind of like what you said, Ren. We did the best that we can, and we did the job that we came here to do. And could we? Sorry, I should turn over here. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Could we work better as a team? Sure. I think we're pretty good individually. We all got our strengths. I know my words don't mean much, but as well as things go, I think we did okay. I do question some people's tactics in that fight, but that's from my own judgment. So honestly, I'm just tired. Whatever we want to talk about, I say let's talk about it while we're down here, and then the moment that we step outside of this cavern, let's leave it all behind.
Adelaide's gonna kind of like slip the thing that she took into her pocket. Not all of it behind.
Yep.
So if you have any thoughts, I'd say them now.
That healing word.
8.
Thank you.
I agree with you, Baron. in the sense of we did really good for our first fight, and there's some things that we can improve. With that being said, as I already mentioned, I have a lot to improve myself. Do we want to talk about how we can better support each other, as maybe some things that were anticipated occurred that we can maybe watch out next time?
You want to support me? I'll take a drink.
I don't have any liquor.
Do you have any suggestions?
Well, I honestly recognize my own faults with this, as I kind of went off away from the party and was kind of separated and secluded to be wide open for attacks. So that's something I can personally do better on my part. Others, as providing necessary support. For a good example, Adelaide did great. She provided that healing barrier thingy that helped save my butt, and I've assumed y'all's as well. But
I was gonna take her elbow and just be like, "Oh, you." Thank you.
Yeah, that's all you're getting. No.
Right.
Honestly, I just think we need to learn to trust each other a little bit more.
Agreed.
For instance, Ren, I'm sorry, but I do not know why you were trying to talk to those demons
Why
in
not?
a moment like that. I'm trying to understand, so please help me.
From how I see it, we were sent down here to get rid of these shadows, get rid of this sickness stuff, save the kids. And we come down here to find a child who is kept here against its will, and other beings, in this case the shadows, doing what they can to survive and support the child. If you think about it like that, does it kind of change your viewpoint a little bit?
No.
Let me tell you a story. In my village, there's this tale that we call Tain Blakuba. It's sort of what some call like where we began. And it's about two of the first people. I don't know what, the boy or girl, lizard or what. But one was named Lurin, and he was known as someone who is soft and kind. And their sibling was Kurin, very tough, very hard. And Kurin hated Lurin with their whole self. Each day, Lurin would tend to their sugarcane and tuber roots. And throughout time, Kurin made many attempts to hurt their sibling, to maim Lurin, to rip Lurin apart. Each attempt ended in failure and forgiveness on Lurin's part. One day, Kurin hatched a plan to get rid of Lurin for good. They ventured off into the bush and found a snake. Kurin did. And Kurin made a deal with the snake and took it back to Lurin's garden. And as Kurin planted the snake into the ground to resemble one of Lurin's crops, the snake bit Kurin, and Kurin perished. From then on, none of Kurin's traits would be naturally present in any future humans, any future life, really. That's why humans are naturally soft and beautiful and kind. There's no, imagine a child. You don't have to imagine the child we just recently dealt with and vanquished, But any infant, whether it be animal or human, like yourself, that baby is soft, not a malevolent bone or muscle in its body. People are naturally kind. You have to learn to be hateful. And I just think that just because this demon was a demon, or because it was, look, I'll admit, it was taking some pretty drastic methods to surviving, but that doesn't mean it's evil. And we would have accomplished the same thing had we have sent it home as we did killing it.
So, yeah, I see the point that you're trying to make, but I hate to break it to you, but demons and devils, they're inherently evil.
I don't think they are. The gods created demons and devils just like they created us. Just like they created any animal. There's no evil. It's just survival. And just because we and this whole city is the prey in this situation doesn't mean the predator is evil. Sure, it's an invasive predator. It's not good in this ecosystem. That means we can lead it away so it can thrive elsewhere. I don't have any ill feelings towards you for wanting to kill this demon because I understand. And like I said, it accomplished the same thing. But sometimes I think it was a child. And I can't ignore that. I just think the potential it had as a being of tremendous power could have been really good. The gods, like I said, they created the demons. They enlist the demons and devils in their service. That's what I've always been taught. What if the god is good? What if the god has noble intentions? I don't think that makes the devil or demon evil still, if they're serving a good cause.
You got some whack ideas, man. But I'm just gonna let you.
Hey! Dun-dun. That's really good.
That's a really good one. Look, Brett, if you wanna talk to devils and demons, that's your thing. And look, if we ever run into any again, you take point on that, but do it before we start fighting them. And then after we start fighting them, maybe choose which side you're on. Maybe they take kids.
I know. I understand it was selfish of me to try to negotiate that, and I'm very sorry that it kind of was a big hiccup in that fight. But I was holding out hope that it could have maybe been a better solution, even though it was a little late.
gained some information through that interaction,
Yes.
so it's not all wasted.
I don't think it was a hiccup. We learned to do a new tactic.
Anyone else got any thoughts
For dinner.
Oh, yes, Alia, it was for dinner.
about the party
Oh, about the
What
or about this rock?
You are almost done. Click above to get started.
scared
What is that?
That's me.
God.
me.
What are you doing?
Chase.
Captain? You're almost done.
I didn't realize there was this text thing with what I was doing.
You're
back then.
almost done. Click here to get started. That kind of.
Anyways, you guys keep talking. It's okay.
So if you guys are going to talk about dinner, let's just get out of here.
I do really quick want to apologize to everybody for my inconsistency, I guess. I guess my struggle to engage and in combats. If you guys want me to leave, I totally understand, and I will. But at the same time, I would also like to stay with you guys and try and overcome my issues. But at the same time, if you feel like, I'm more deadly than helpful to the party, then I understand, and I'm more than willing to step aside.
Okay, stop right there. Alia, we need you. As you saved lives today. And with our shortcomings, they only will make us stronger in the end. So we are asking you with very strong feelings, especially for me, that you please stay. And don't even consider that you're a burden, because it's not true. As we have our shortcomings, but they'll ultimately help us grow stronger together. So we'll help continue to support each other in any way that we can.
I appreciate that, Opal. I really do.
Opal's going.
Alia, if you really do want to atone for any sort of discouragement that you feel in our last battle, you can make it up to us with dinner.
Yeah!
You can buy me a drink.
Which still involves food.
Okay, I'm willing to do that.
Bro. Alright, Moss. What are your thoughts?
Alia, you should leave.
You are getting thrown over the cliff.
Actually, can as soon as he's sorry, he's gonna start saying that. Can I actually cast silence?
I'm gonna cast counter spell.
I mean, you can cast silence if you want.
Silence of the 20-foot.
How close are you to the group right now? I would assume you're with everyone else, right, Moss?
No, Moss wants Alia to leave.
No, as soon as he says like, "Oh, Alia, I think you should leave." Adelaide, I want to cast silence.
Okay.
Sure, over the whole group. So
Cast
it's just
silence. What do I have to roll for DC?
I don't think it's a DC. I think it's just an
area
effect.
effect.
just what it is.
Oh, is it?
As silence gets cast, Ren will look at Alia very earnestly and say,
You'll see Pablo.
Like you can tell it's like really earnest, like so nice.
If you ever hear sheds of just like, but I think Opal would have also. I can't hear anything, and would
Just start signing.
Okay, we're muted. If you want to do something, you can do it now.
You muted me.
Yeah, because you were unable to talk.
No, we were all
You can see me like smile and put it back. Okay. You
Yeah, no, with that comment, because I feel like Alia heard the comment, right?
Yes, you would have.
Yeah, it happened before. You could have.
Like, you guys would all be able to like just physically see, like you could see her like self-confidence boosting a little bit, being like, okay, these guys actually want me here, and then it just get crushed. So you can just see like she deflates.
But what about the sign language? Like, does that kind of bring you back a little bit?
Maybe.
Opal's gonna,
and she's going to take
Well,
her hand. She's going to
toss
take
it back on
Elia's hand.
before we start doing things.
Wherever, I don't know where he went.
This is a strength check. A 13.
I feel like I should maybe stop Opal from injuring Moss any more than he already is.
So I'll give him a fat cheek.
13 to hit or 13 for you?
13 to hit.
If you would like to, I think it misses. His armor class got like a 16.
Friends, ready?
If I stop you, are you gonna?
Nat 20.
Oh my gosh!
I think it's
Stop you. Are you gonna grind my face into the dirt again?
No, I wouldn't. This would be non-lethal. Like, don't want to, but I want to leave.
Like kind of a slug on the shoulder, kind of like.
Yeah, but right to the face.
You know, I wish that we could.
Give it to the face.
I wish that we had Moss here, so that way.
I think that was just. I want to be honest. I think that was just Kyle,
Just
We
being
know
Kyle.
it's just
not
Kyle.
Moss.
I
Because
just-
Well, yeah,
Moss
but at the same time, I want to know though.
Yeah, we gotta know if it's like
'Cause
that
if that
was
was-
actually
yeah.
a comment that was meant or not, and he dipped off. So
Yeah, so he's gonna get punched.
Can I dangle him off the edge with my
I'm
little
wearing my
whip?
metal
no,
gloves.
let's
Just
let's
kidding.
get him back.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
I
Good
got my
though.
metal gloves.
I got
ready to
it.
go.
I have a 20 strength.
To
so-
Elia.
Needs a little bit.
She's going to grab Elia's hand and look up into her face. She's not flying. She's on the ground because she's tired. She's just going to smile up into Elia's face.
It's
Just cute
like
little pinky, just 2.5 feet tall, just smiling at you.
if you've seen the reel where it's the 3 kids eating lunch at the table and they're all playing on their tablets, and the other one is eating ranch and he's eating and then he smiles like,
Oh,
his smile is so cute and nice, and it's just
This is why I'm going to text to Kyle. Are you jumping back on? You may get thrown off the cliff if you can't defend yourself soon.
on your reference, did you guys know that Moss is the same size as our son? Look at how tiny that is, Moss.
No way.
Actually, I think this is a little bit more closer to pinky size. Moss probably
How
has
tall
about.
is your son?
Moss has a head on this guy.
So this would be Moss.
He's so little.
He's so throwable.
Especially right for Baron now. Baron has a 22 strength.
Yeah, Baron just yoink.
He picks him up by the scruff of like the back.
But it kind of makes him adorable, even though he seems a little bit crotchety. Like, oh, little Moss.
This is Moss.
Yeah, he's so defenseless.
Little
Please,
guy
I'm so old. Help me, please.
dangling over the cliff.
I'm like genuinely curious where Kyle went.
I don't know. He was on his phone. I saw that
Yeah,
when he jumped
a
on.
little.
So I almost think he was like driving home, and he might be getting.
How did you say no to this guy?
Well, on that, should we go to break until Kyle can get here?
Yeah.
Sure, let's do that.
We could pause this discussion right there.
Oh, hey,
Oh, wait.
there's a Kyle.
Sorry, Kyle has returned. Did Alia leave the party yet?
No.
Guys,
No.
back
Gosh.
on! Rolling a nat 20, going to slug Moss right in the face.
Moss rolls a nat 21.
No, that's not even plus my stuff.
Okay, though, to be quite honest and quite serious with the situation, is that what Moss says? I don't know if you're genuinely being that or you're just teasing us.
No. Moss would generally tell Alia, like, I don't know if Moss can talk right now or has been silent.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was.
Yeah, you've been silent.
Well, is the silence still on?
It's up to.
Well, isn't okay. So did what we just roleplayed? Did that happen? Because now I'm a little
I
confused.
think so.
Okay.
So it is still on.
So yeah.
Yeah. So we don't even hear a punch. We just see. We hear no sound.
I don't want to hit him off the cliff. I just want to.
What?
That.
I want to.
So
then that's your turn.
just so you know, Moss, you will take 6 points of damage.
She said non-lethal.
I know, but your damage from a punch, unless you're a monk, it doesn't get rolled. It's just your strength modifier, the plus 3.
With my
Like, and
glove.
this is it's critted, so you double it, so it's a plus 6.
My new glove says Opal.
Wait, Opal crit me?
Yeah, you were crit on a punch after you said that.
So you still conscious?
Is the silence still up?
Yes.
Well, you could describe if
Yeah.
you fall,
Like,
if
are
you
you-
fall
yeah.
unconscious or not.
No, Moss doesn't go unconscious. He's still got a lot of hit points.
Okay.
But I think Moss is just gonna like take a step back and he's just gonna like glare at Opal and flip her off. In a kind way.
In a Moss grandfatherly way.
In the baby finger way.
Yeah, but Moss isn't gonna retaliate at Opal. He's just gonna sit there, realize it's silent, and wait till the silence wears off.
You can end it.
Adelaide will drop the spell and then
Probably be like, how did you do that? I don't know.
So
What, Opal? We got to talk about your people management skills. If you disagree with someone, you shouldn't punch them in the face.
I don't know. You kind of deserve that.
All right, I know y'all want to be a lovey-dovey to Alia and stuff like that, but Alia, we have to have an honest conversation. Like, don't get me wrong, you're probably one of the most skilled people here. You've saved a lot of people, but at the end of the day, if you hesitate, if you have these issues, you're just gonna end up getting yourself killed and others killed. Like, that's just straight to the point, and I don't think we should ignore that. Now, it's your decision to stay or not, but I do want to bring it up. Like, if you think you're gonna hesitate, this might not be your line of work.
Alia
Moss.
will nod.
Oh.
She'll just like acknowledge. She won't say anything. She's just gonna nod. And then she's gonna pull a cloth from out of her bag and she's gonna pick up that orb.
pick up the what?
The
You're a little quiet,
Oh,
David, if you can come up close.
she's gonna pick up the orb.
Really big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like people like box size.
she's gonna take the cloth and just kind of scooch it under.
Towel.
Just palm it.
Never
This
mind
is like-
that. Then she
you
will.
like-
I thought it was smaller.
Yeah, this is like a
Like a
large piece of material. This would probably have to be a 2-person carry-out job.
Baron could do it right now. For an hour. Less than that.
But yeah, she's just gonna acknowledge Moss's comment. Not gonna say anything. She's just gonna acknowledge it, and she's gonna just start walking. Start walking out the way they came.
I think Ren would maybe speak up and say, Alia, like what he says is true, and it's for your good. I mean, at least in part. And I'll kind of look at Moss and be like, be nice. But I won't say that, but the look will say it.
Yeah.
And I'll say, you did go down in that fight because you were overcome by anxiety or fear. And if you had not gotten back up, Baron would have died.
It's fair.
And when I got you back up, I told you that we needed you. And once you were able to act, you were a major help in that fight. You saved Baron's life. I mean, you helped us all. But had you not have acted, you would have probably fallen unconscious again, and Baron would have died. So what Moss says is true. If we don't do something about this, you'll only hurt yourself and others. Which isn't, I'm not trying to cuss you out, but I want to know what we can do to help. Because we are a team.
Oh.
And we are here to help you.
Pinky.
I've noticed that when you are come to the defense of other people, that's when you really get into gear. So maybe you should start with that. Maybe you should start by saying, I'm doing this to help people, to save people, right? Instead of, freezing up because you don't know what to do. You're helping, you're saving people. And that's what you do best.
If it helps you get into the fight faster, I'll take a punch to the face every time.
Ooh.
Aw.
I
Guys.
appreciate your guys' concern and your comments. I really do.
David, you're really
David,
quiet.
Is there any way that you could?
Yeah, I can turn it up.
It's
Give
just
me 1 second.
really quiet on our end, and I think I've cranked you all the way up on the Discord.
Uno segundo. Let me know when that's better.
That's probably good right there.
Right about there.
Yeah.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I really do appreciate your guys' concern and your comments, and I'm not gonna lie, I agree with you guys. As for thinking of defending somebody, in all honesty, I think that's just more by happenstance or chance that's when I snap out of my whatever you call it. I don't know if you guys are really even interested in knowing why or what, but I watched some pretty messed up things happen to my dad. I think Baron knows, but I watched my dad die. And so when we start we start a fight or we get into these situations, my mind automatically goes back to being a young, defenseless girl, I guess. And if I could change it, I would change it right now. I would give almost anything to change it. But I guess I just don't know how to.
And that's where we come in as a team to help one another to overcome our struggles. It just depends on if you trust us.
I trust you guys, no doubt. But it's more to the point of Moss's point, where my next freeze up could be any single reason for why any of you guys die.
Hey,
Understood.
it's the wrong attitude. Your freeze ups won't. I'm sorry. Your freeze ups won't cause our deaths. The freeze ups will only be to the death of yourself.
I think all of us became Vigils knowing full well that we could die. Die very gruesome and brutal deaths. I'm not going to put it lightly. We're all prepared for what will happen. Obviously, none of us want it. But it's not. It won't be your fault unless it very much is. Unless you're the actual cause. But you. Why do you freeze up?
Have you ever seen anybody get murdered before, Ren?
Not exactly, no.
My dad was attacked. I guess not my dad, but we were attacked by a monster on my 10th birthday. It has been the first time I had really ever been out of the lighthouse. My dad took me to an amazing city. And we were attacked by this monster. I wanted to watch how amazing my dad was. Growing up, I had heard all of these stories of how amazing he was as a vigil and as a fighter and as a protector to the people around him. I watched my father get devoured by a monster. I watched him sit there, paralyzed, not being able to move. And just seeing the fear in his eyes of knowing that this is probably going to be his death. And so when I get into these fights, I get into these moments, I see his eyes. I see the moment where his eyes locked onto mine and stopped fearing for himself and started fearing for me. I want that's I don't know. That's all I see is I just see his eyes, and I watched him just slowly lose life.
What do his eyes tell you?
Run.
I think we got the point. We'll figure it out.
Honestly, I feel like the one we should be questioning is Moss. I still feel like he's shady as Stromp.
What?
Like he's a shady dude. Like
He's shady as what?
I
Stromp.
think he said straw. I usually think of straw as like something you feed horses and cows. Not really shady, but okay.
Strop. You've never heard that?
I've never heard that.
I wouldn't go repeating it to kids.
Vinny's like, what?
Straw. At least I'm not the one making up words.
Get out more, Moss.
All right, are we going to inspect the orb, or are we going to leave?
Expected. I mean, inspected.
What kind of inspection would you like to do? An investigation check or more of an arcana?
Probably
Maybe
Arcana.
religion.
Probably more.
Identify it.
I just want to see if, like, by touching it, it's gonna like.
Do things.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna go up and poke it?
No, not yet. That's gonna be a
Poke the stick first.
Okay. A 16 to poke it. Is that what I'm getting?
Arcana.
Okay, 16 Arcana. Rather than just going up and poking it, you take some time to try to visually understand the magic that is entrapped in this thing. As the magic that courses through the world, something that you've studied in your time prior and basically your life before when you had magic is considered to be throughout everything. And basically the way it works is you find different ways of attuning into that magic. It's almost kind of like another force, like gravity, like wind. It's always there, but it takes practice and it takes time to be able to actually convert it into power, into what you want to do, in a sense. And so, looking at this, you can tell that, like before, it seems to be linked to almost a divine conduit for the god of venom. Very strange. Most all of you would not recognize something like this or what it'd be used for. But from what you can tell, it's very, in a sense, old. Almost is kind of like a battery. But it's really hard to tell what it would be used for. Like, what is this powering, or what was this suppository? This, I don't think it's a repository. Repository is the correct word. This repository of divine darkness is for.
I don't know if we want to mess with this thing. It's there's a lot of power in here. I still think that we try to destroy it, but I know that I think the majority of you, I'll kind of look around, think it'd be better to learn more about it.
Thank
We
you.
could maybe use it for good or something.
And I agree with you too.
Excuse me. Use it for good?
Yeah.
This is what was causing the whole pandemic thing in the city above. What do you mean use it for good?
I don't know. I'm not a wizard.
Maybe it's like Elsa.
And freeze an entire nation. Sorry.
The cold never bothers you, anyways.
Look. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little. Some of the ideas that come out of you two specifically, as Moss points to Ren and Opal, just a little sus.
Ow.
Sus.
I don't know.
You're Moss to hear Ren describe a lot of his reasoning. It happened a little bit before you jumped on.
Oh gosh dang it! Did we already have this conversation?
Not
A little.
this particular one, but it was the conversation about why he wanted to talk to the demons.
All right, Moss doesn't point at Ren. He just points at Opal. You.
Yes. Yes,
I
yes,
know
yes.
Maybe
you're a little sus in general.
And why is that?
Like, why'd you want to talk to the demons? Did Opal explain why she wanted to talk to the demons?
Nah. My duty is to, and it's all of ours, is to protect people. It doesn't specify what kind. I will also say if other people's intentions affect other people and kind of go against my oath, then that's a problem for me. So,
Is
I wanted
protecting demons part of your oath? And devils?
if their intention was to just go back home and leave us alone, sure, there's nothing wrong with that. But if it was, oh yeah, we'll go back home after we dominate the world with our god, that's a problem, and I don't agree with that. So now they're out of the picture.
I don't know. Baron, back me up.
Look, she gave her spiel. I know that when we get older, hearing can go a little south. So, but sir, he is so loud today.
They're demons and devils, my friends.
I agree with you. We, I agree that they're inherently evil and that they should all be destroyed. But we got a few members of this party that
Are sentimental, emotional, sensitive.
like she said.
All I'm saying is that this is going to end up with someone getting hurt. Like we saw today. Like, here they are trying to kill us and you guys are trying to barter with them. Or like, Opal, like, how long did you know that these demons were demons in the first place?
Before we went to sleep.
Yeah, why didn't you tell anyone?
Because he could have taken advantage of killing people if I was like, divine sense, demon. Hey guys, he's a demon. Oh,
Yeah, we ended up fighting him anyways, and it was all 5-on-1 at that point, and then we got led down here, and then it was 5 and a big guy. We
yeah,
got led into his lair.
Yeah, and then smacked and he turned to goo. But also I have my alert type of thing on. I would have gotten up and taken him out. So we were safe, I promise. And I specified previously, you might have been taking a nap at this time, stretching. I tried explaining what he was in a very bad way of creating a puzzle within a puzzle. So Vinny actually solved it, but
Here you go.
yeah.
It's in the living room.
Yeah.
The solution to Opal's puzzle from a couple weeks back. That was freaking hard.
Yeah. So I did a terrible job. I admit that. Complete trash. So now I know, and I ask your forgiveness, and I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm just gonna drop it for now.
At this moment, you'll see Pablo kind of bring his hands up and go, Primos and Primas. Hafana, I think really what we all need is just to, like respect one another, and even though we may have different ways of looking, we need to have a talk around whenever we're deciding something to try to do the right thing.
We should be peacemakers. Yes.
Just touch the orb and see what happens.
In a safe environment. Yeah.
Isn't it safe down here?
It's surrounded by dark auras. It may enhance things, but I'm down for getting out of here. I kind of want to leave. If we're able to securely take this out and give it to the Vigils and secure it in a safe environment, let's go for it. And by then, we'll be able to evaluate and maybe get smashing.
Might be better if they come here.
True. How are we going to get it?
You know what day it is?
Probably be about.
Fifth day, right?
I don't think it's 5th day yet. I think it's 4th day.
I think it's 5th.
You know what? Even if I don't think that, let's have it be the 5th day. That's okay. On the morning of the 5th day, the Vigils arrived.
Oh, well, next time that you know that there's a demon, if it's in disguise, why don't you can tell us.
I completely agree. We should make a signal, improving unity. I'm really good at making stuff up.
You could just say, it's a demon, and then we kill it.
No, that's too blunt. I'll think about it, and then I'll reconvene. I'll make it like all snazzy. Like a weird trick that nobody else can do.
When you see your tongue go like this. The W.
The triquetra.
The triquetra.
Oh. What if I like get a permanent tattoo on my tongue and then stick our tongue at you and then bam, as a demon? I'm not doing that, by the way.
She accidentally like sticks her tongue out. And then everyone starts like murdering people.
She's eating an ice cream cone, a popsicle.
Everyone just smashes the popsicle and flies it out of her hand.
Well, we can either leave it here and get some vigils. We can split up, leave some people here, send some up top, or we could try to bring it with us.
I'm carrying it with the buddy.
I personally do not fear the orb.
Red 9. Yeah,
Can I touch it real quick?
I already touched it.
As you put your hand on it, I'd like you to do charisma saving throw for me.
Uh-oh.
Where's that?
This is bad, guys. It's gonna be a -2 on top of that. That's gonna be oh wait. Saving throw? Yeah, that's a -2.
Oh my
That's
god.
gonna be 14.
14.
Oh.
As you put your hand on it, it's interesting. It has kind of like the warmth of a blanket. You touch it.
Is that it?
That's it.
As I touch it, I'm gonna like start spazzing. And then I'm just, oh, I didn't mean to I scared my child.
It out.
And then I'm just gonna stop and let my arms go limp for a second. And I'm gonna reach for whatever weapon I have on me and turn around with just like, can I make my eyes like go up?
Make a deception check.
Deception or performance? Actually, I think it's the same. I think it's the same.
Oh, stick your tongue out at him.
Donnie will also stick his tongue out at you.
That's gonna be a 6.
6. You all can tell. I think everyone's passive insight is high enough to understand that he's like pulling your leg, but you
You're
can
smiling
actually,
too much.
yeah.
I'm smiling too much.
It's kind of like on his face.
Moss is gonna overreact. Oh no! He's possessed by the demon! Someone cast kill!
Well, just to be safe, can I cast protection from good and evil?
On
I can't cast it on the orb, right?
It's not an aura.
It's on Aura. It's on an inversion.
Since it's an object, would that even work?
I mean, if it's affecting someone that's evil / good,
Yeah, one willing creature.
Okay. Well, how about I cast it on Opal and Ren, and then
Double it up.
Well, I have 2 slots for it.
It's concentration. But it's concentration, so you can only hold one.
Okay. Well, I want to protect myself. I know Ren's a little more buddy, but
I'll drop the act. I'm fine.
That's what someone possessed would say. Someone cast kill.
Adelaide will cast sleep.
Sleep, like actually.
Yeah, how many hit points do you have?
That's an area of effect. My sweetheart.
we all
No, wait.
Sleep
you
is an area.
No. It's
It's the lowest to the highest.
It's the lowest.
So,
but you can cast it in an area that would just affect Baron though.
Let me make sure
Like
that I know how to spell this real quick. Because when I casted it on the wolves, then
the wolves had the least amount of hit points.
Well, you can target sleep to hit a certain area, so she can cast it far enough away that it only hits Baron.
Yeah, I think I'm in the middle of everyone.
I don't want to carry another body.
never mind.
How about
I thought that was different.
It wouldn't have affected
Someone
me.
casts kill and then he like collapses on
First.
Wait, Baron, did you feel anything when you caressed the orb?
I'm
Woman cousin?
not really a fan of magic, so
What?
Just-
What did it feel like?
same as all the other magic stuff, tingly.
Okay. Opal is just gonna break out her rope and start tying it so she's able to not touch it and just do it that way.
So we're bringing it up with
Saying that I want to touch it.
Okay, you touch
I'd
it,
like
but I'm
you to
gonna
do
start
a-
tying.
Here's my saving throw.
Gladly.
What if it's a special vending machine?
vending
11.
machine.
So you get special
Okay.
things.
It feels tingly, like it as you touch it, especially for you and like your connection with the god Vena. It almost brings up memories of your father as you touch it. Of in some ways, kind of a comfort of that, but also the sorrow of the loss.
I'll wipe away the tears.
You like the cameras.
The camera, it's a little blurry. That made it worse.
I bet.
Not bad.
It's okay. So are we heading out then?
Yep. With the orb.
All right.
I'm a bullet.
I still
you
think
guys-
things in the shadow should stay in the shadow. But
Strength check is a 21.
21. Ren, would you be willing to roll a strength check?
Yes. My strength is not good. That was a 6.
27?
Is Alia helping?
No.
Ah.
Okay. With that, we're going to go to break real quick as you guys start your adventure out, dragging the rock, the rectangular prism, using
We're
ropes and nets
dragging
to get it out.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
I'm writing in my notes. Baron
Vegas.
and Ren touched the butt.
Yeah.
Wait, are we taking? Is it the prism or the orb or both?
What orb? There's no orb.
Wait, what?
What? What happened with the orb?
And I was like, orb.
You guys, yeah.
Did we just make
Someone just started talking about an orb, but you've all
I
been
think it was
talking
me.
about a rectangular prism that was whirring.
Yeah.
That affected the layer actions in the fight. So there is no orb, only the rectangular prism that's large.
There was never an orb.
like,
Is
what
it
else?
like?
Yeah.
There is an orb, but like whatever, guys. Like
You guys figure it out
The
eventually.
orb is like whatever. It's like an ugly orb, but the prism, that's what we're talking about.
It's literally just
Is
like
it
a
like-
rock corner that you guys
Is
keep
it
touching.
Is it like an obelisk, or is it like a door?
It's like a floating. It kind of like a monolith, but small. It's like a box. Think about it like a box.
its name is just not work.
Yeah, like that. And but like more square on the end
break.
and then long. We're on break already.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, like that. That's a good example of what it looks like. About that size. It's from like dragging it, you can tell it's quite hefty.
Okay.
We'll go on to break. And we'll be back here and probably give it like 10 minutes. Sound good, everyone?
I'm gonna go get
You sweet boy.
Is it reminiscence?
I thought that exact same thing though.
Oh, guys, I hate laundry.
What happened?
I hate laundry.
Laundry?
Yeah.
What happened?
I did all of my laundry today. And so, but like, so I came home from work today, right? And I walked in and my house smells like something electrical is burning. And so I had like, I scoured all of my, like throughout my entire house trying to find out why it smelled like electrical burning. Something like electrical was burning. Couldn't find it. And I was like, all right, I'll go talk to like the land people. I did, went and talked to him. I was like, hey, yo, just so you know, something smells like it's burning. And so they were like, oh, well, that's not good. Well, we'll send maintenance over tomorrow at like noon, if that's okay with you. I was like, sure, works with me. And then I went and did some laundry, and it sucks because now it's all on my bed because I didn't have time to fold it. So that means when I'm done with this, I have to fold my laundry.
So you can sleep in your bed. I hate that.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. It's like I just want to go to bed.
That is really rough. I thought there was going to be more of the story with the electrical stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just like I have like, dude, I was like taking off like all the outlet covers, the light covers, taking all of these off. I'm looking at every single like all of the wires, seeing if there's any like arcing or anything like that, out of like anything super crazy or anything like that, and I can't find anything. So I'm like, I think it's coming from up my neighbors up top, above me.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna have them come in tomorrow and
all right.
check.
As we jump in back into the realm of Dungeons and Dragons,
Yay.
you are
Where
all
laundry doesn't exist.
laundry just happens. We don't role play laundry because it sucks. Like David.
We roll laundry.
Oh, we did role play laundry once. Oh my goodness, you're right. Where you usually don't have to role play laundry unless you want to.
Oh.
As you guys start walking,
Oh gosh. Sorry.
What's going on?
you,
Where's the other
thing? This one.
It's too late. It's too late.
So with you guys heading out, where are you heading to? Are you coming back the same way you came?
Yeah. Oh. That makes sense. I think so.
Oh wait, no, we can't. That's right, we can't.
I don't know if we can, but
Wait, why?
Because of that gate
door.
that's shut. Yeah, that door that's shut.
Man,
So is there a way to continue forward?
how did you guys get in here? I'm gonna stay right next to the kids.
We don't really remember how we got here to this spot. We were up close to the surface, just in the upper levels when we found that jar that I was talking to you about. So we don't really know either.
But you said that you guys have explored down here a lot. Do you think if we could get you to a higher level, you could
Maybe.
help us get out?
Yeah, let's try it.
Good kid.
As you guys start, I'm assuming you're basically going to start heading the direction that you came from. And see if there's another way that you can head.
I think that's the best option because we know it's clear as far as bad things.
Yeah.
Right now.
So, as you guys start walking, is there anything that you guys would like to do as you're walking towards the surface?
I'd like to make a perception check for any more booby traps. And I should have Ren actually do it because he's better at it. But
You can surely do that.
Yeah.
but I got a 11 for perception.
For your perception, okay.
I can also do it.
If you want.
19.
19.
Yes.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm just getting some stuff figured out here.
Something fell. You don't even care. Not even see.
As we're walking, I'll at some point during this. I imagine it's pretty easy to find whoever we need to at whatever moment, but I'll find Ren and I'll just say, you should go visit your hometown sometime. You got some weird cultures that I want to see.
I want you to see them as well. I hope sometime we can go over there.
Where's it from again?
It's a small village called Bawuli.
Never heard of it. Well,
It's
that's how you've said it now.
It's if I remember right, it is. Do you know Saint Timon, a city on the southern coast?
Sounds vaguely familiar.
It's a little north of there, just near a little lagoon that we call Baisha's Embrace. It's small, and there are a few other small villages in the surrounding area that believe much of the same things that that I'm familiar with. But I mean, all of the villages work together, and we're all close. But each one has their own thing. A lot of them worship different gods. I mean, we all worship the same gods, but we emphasize other ones, and I think it makes for a nice relationship between all the villages down there.
Seems interesting to me. So we can go visit and you can check in on your family.
I've been wanting to do that, check in on them, even if it's by way of some sort of mail. But I do worry about them.
I don't really have much else to say to you.
How's your family?
Me and my sister, we're good.
Is it just you and your sister?
Yep.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fine. Been like this for a while now.
Well, it's still hard, though. I don't think you can ever really get used to it.
Yeah. Alcohol helps.
So I hear.
You just hear in the distance, Moss. Amen.
as you guys continue to walk, you pass through the same room with the jellyfish, giving off a similar incandescent light as your light activates something in their gelatinous bodies, doing weird things. It's the moonlight jellies from Stardew Valley, if you haven't figured it out yet. But I'm joking. Anyways, you pass through that room as you're heading back through. I'd like someone to do a history check on, or a survival check on, like either finding new passages for survival or history to see if you can remember there being any other ways that hadn't been traveled prior.
I would like to survival.
Alia does have a map.
Yep.
So can I do the history with advantage?
Definitely. Do that. You both would like to roll from it. Ooh.
What'd you get, Brandon?
22.
Hey, same.
Okay. So something that you remember, Alia, is when you fought the gelatinous cube and where you guys rested, there was a pathway from that area that led farther into that battle. That might be a good way of going to try to figure out another way out. There's also, Ren, now that you're looking for it, some of those structures that you guys passed in the abandoned roadway, as well as even in this room that the jellies are in, you can see farther down, you can hear almost the rushing of water. There seems to be basically an underground river running, a waterfall crashing into this room, and then almost when you're the high enough section, you can tell that somewhere off in the distance there's another waterfall leading deeper down. So, and that's this room. You know, there's probably some passages that are connected through that abandoned roadway, as well as the place in the abandoned battlement that you guys went into that may lead into other ways. As well as there might, as you continue forward, be small fissures that were previously went unseen as you were traveling. Especially while you guys were following the fake Ralph. What direction do you want to head? Do you want to still keep heading towards the big door that you guys got locked behind, or do you want to try to go down some of these other passages? Anything in particular that you'd like to do?
I feel like we should take a passage that's closest to the door we got locked behind. Just so that we can make it shorter to get into where we're familiar.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Not a bad idea. If there's no disagreement with that thought, you guys continue forward at a brisk pace, heading into that direction. As you continue forward, eventually you all come across that filling pathway that leads down into the battlement. You still see the footprints left by you as well as the children there, and you can see Vinny kind of give a shudder as he walks past. Looking down that way, the other two children still very weak from what's transpired are being carried by Pablo. I almost think that like you guys put the children into the backpack of Adelaide's, just with their heads sticking out from the top, so they can like the little what is it called?
Man, that wasn't a bag. It's an indestructible bag.
The baby
the baby's
the thing
Bjorns.
that you wear on your tummies.
Yeah, kind of like that. but with just two, like, close to 10-ish years old children sticking out of it.
Baron can take one of them too. That's not real good.
Sounds good.
Wait, how much do each of the children weigh?
About the weight of a child.
Yeah, they also
Wait, that's
So a little lighter.
so there's 3 of them
They're running on empty.
But one of them's
all together. Is that about 100 pounds? It's like a big fit in the backpack.
You could probably fit one of them.
But there's one walk. There's Vinny's walking, right?
yeah.
Vinny's walking, yeah. He's pretty good.
I can take one.
Lean over your shoulders, walking. As you guys are walking, Brigadier Haws says, so the Vigils are planning to take that black thing, correct?
Yes. With also the additional inspection from the Triquetra.
Okay. I'm not too familiar with the Triquetra. They don't necessarily usually come out this far. I've seen a couple of them. Every once in a while, they ask for aid as they are passing through, or they give aid depending on a situation like this. I saw more when I was on campaign, or in the North Countries. So, with that, this is just a hypothetical question to all of you. What's the plan if we get back up there and nothing's changed?
Obviously, we didn't finish what we were meant to do, and it might be time to call in reinforcements.
Baron's going home.
I believe there are reinforcements that are going to be here.
Okay.
Anyway,
it's speculation. I'm too far out of signal to be able to get in communication with any of my people. Though I bet they don't hear back from us soon, they'll probably start getting worried. And we've been gone for quite a while now.
So what's your story, Haws?
Oh. Just grew up doing this. I used to be on campaign, but something happened and I
Campaign for what?
military campaign. The Crimson Cloaks aren't just the guards for Havnock. They're also a private military institution. Mercenaries, if that's how you want to look at it. Most of our force is actually not even in Zahovec at this time. Yeah, I was on campaign, but sent home. I think I described her having a scar. If I remember correctly. We made one. So kind of put her hand to it for a second. Needless to say, sometimes they look at you as being a hero because of how many people died around you. And I'm still trying to accept that, if that makes sense. It's surprising. You're the only one that makes it back home, but you're the one that's the hero.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your story? Why you don't necessarily seem that you and that short one back there don't necessarily catch my eye as ones that would usually be part of the good-hearted Vigils.
No, it's a job for me.
Okay.
Gotta make a living, right?
Yeah, I feel like there's easier ways to make a living, though. Usually people are passionate about something. That's why they do it.
Yeah, well, when you got loved ones that say you should do one thing, you do it.
I mean, I guess in part, you also still have a choice yourself because someone else tells you what to do doesn't mean you have to.
Yep.
Unless they're the ones that are in control of you. And sometimes it's hard with that. What about you? As you gesture toward Deimos.
Sorry, what was that?
Like, what's your reasoning for being a vigil?
It's a pretty long story filled with heartbreak, loss, action, adventure. To sum it up, though, just going on one final adventure before I croak away.
Whatever you say.
Wait, what did you say?
Whatever you say.
What, you don't believe me?
Baron's like shaking his head like, oh, okay.
I don't know. It's just you sound too rehearsed when you say it.
Well, when you get to my age, you start to repeat things over and over again because you youngins just don't catch on fast enough. Gets sort of rehearsed after a bit.
Fair. Well, I guess any story is a good story. It doesn't have to be true to be a good one, but
it is true.
That's it. Good for you, man. Appreciate it. All right. Well, I just wanted to see what you guys wanted to do with this thing. What's your plan going forward? I do appreciate all the help that you've given to have. No, I want you to know if you guys are ever in the region again and may need assistance, just reach out and I might be able to help you out. But don't ask for too much. I've already given you a lot. As you guys continue walking, you eventually come across what looks to be a small fissure, not too far away from where you were when you found the door. It looks pretty tight, especially for some of the bigger members of the group, maybe like Baron and stuff like that, just taller in size. As well as Pablo. It might be a little bit of a squeeze, but you think that judging by the feeling airflow coming from the other side, Bren, that it's probably a pass through.
Should we go through?
Why don't you go check it out first?
I can go first. I could probably squeeze through there pretty easily.
Thank you both ahead. Might as well. She's small enough.
Wait, how big is it?
It's so like, have you ever gone spelunking or been in caves or stuff like that?
I would like to send my toad.
You can definitely send your toad.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of gets stopped as Moss goes, wait. You see him reach into his pocket and like pull out kind of like a slimy toad. And he sets it on the ground.
This right here is my acquaintance, Darkfoot. He'll be able to figure this out. Charge, Darkfoot! As Darkfoot begins to charge.
Darkfoot goes, and then like, just like it's not even like super fast. It's just like, flop. I think Pinky also wanted to go too. Flop. Pinky, would you like to go as well with Darkfoot, or do you want hang back and see what this magical frog may be able to find.
Relaxation.
Pinky?
So the frog go. Just quite curious how it works. So
Moss, as it goes, do you use as a familiar to see?
Yes.
As it goes forward, it kind of goes through different passageways and stuff like that. Does the frog have dark vision?
No, it hasn't.
Its name is Darkfoot, therefore it has dark vision. Isn't that how the game works?
You know, it might be. Let's see. Let me look it up. Darkfoot.
Sorry, I gotta check real fast. I actually don't think it has dark vision. Oh, it does! It has dark vision.
Yeah, it does. 30 feet. Perfect. Okay.
Heck
So
yeah!
as he leaks through, going through the different crevices and cracks, it looks like it's big enough to fit through, but like I said, some of them, there's a little bit of tight spots. Eventually, you come out to the other side. It looks like it enters into a portion of the cave not too far ahead that was made into sewers. As you maybe reaching part of the sewer that you found prior.
Okay, so this looks familiar then, to a degree.
Yeah. To a degree, it looks like familiar caves, though this spot doesn't look familiar to you.
Guys,
Are you planning on looking around, or are you just going to head back?
no, let's send Darkfoot around. Just look around a little bit.
Okay.
Check for
at this point
spiders.
He's gone out of your reach for going. Would you like to roll a perception check for him?
Yes. Let me just look at his modifiers real fast.
I think he has a plus.
A +1.
I have the frog stat block pulled up right now.
Nice. I got a solid 9.
Solid 9?
Yeah.
As you start hopping a little down the direction that you would assume would be closer towards where you came from, you think you see what looks to be some sort of figures not too far in the distance.
Oh.
It's hard to tell, as their clothing really blends in with the darkness at this point. It's more of just like the movement catches Darkfoot's eye as he's looking forward.
Out of curiosity, is Moss through Darkfoot able to tell if these are the shadow type creatures or just clothed creatures?
With a 9, it's very difficult to tell.
Darkfoot is going to ribbit.
With the ribbit, you see both the figures kind of turn towards you. One's going to turn to the other one and whisper something that you don't necessarily understand, and then they kind of go back to their work.
Darkfoot is gonna get closer and just like ribbit nonchalantly.
As you get closer and ribbit nonchalantly, the figures will kind of turn again to the sound, and at this point you'll hear a voice. What languages do you know?
Common, and I'm currently not by my character sheet. So let me get to my character sheet.
You are good.
Apologies for that.
I'm trying to
All
remember
right.
question. What languages do you speak? Enough or something? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, Moss is pretty lame. He just sort of speaks Common and Gnomish.
Gnomish?
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Okay.
Oh, and I will not say what else he speaks. because he does speak Druidic,
Oh, okay.
and you would know what his last language would be.
Yeah, no worries. I got that.
Okay.
As you're watching them and listening, you can kind of tell that they're speaking. Not to give it away, but it is in that form of language. That last one.
Ah.
Basically, the message that you get across is one of them is saying to the other, "Hey, go check out that sound at that language." And the other one will, at that moment, have out a short sword and start approaching where the ribbiting was coming from.
Oh no. At this point, Darkfoot is going to run back. Run, Darkfoot, run! And Moss is going to tell everybody around him. He's going to be like, "Oh no! They're going to kill him!"
Are you trying to stealth, or are you just going to run?
Nah, Darkfoot's going, man. Actually, Darkfoot should stealth. Yeah, Darkfoot's going to stealth it.
Okay. Roll that stealthy.
Heck yeah, Darkfoot got a solid 10. Ugh.
With that +3?
Yeah. My rolls.
Yeah. The figure seems to be able to easily follow. Eventually sees what it is, as it's a frog, as it is able to travel a little bit faster than Darkfoot, as frogs aren't known for their speed. As the cloaked figure approaches, it will eventually stop not too far away, realizing it's a frog, and we're just gonna chuckle to himself. Let me see if we can do an intelligence check to be like, wait, why is there a frog in the sewers?
I feel like that's a pretty logical place for frogs.
Is it though?
There were
Yeah.
jellyfish.
I mean, jellyfish were in the water. That's not the nasty, gross water.
I would say frogs are in sewers. It's a watery place.
Yeah, toad.
Oh, is it a toad? Makes a
It is.
complete difference.
It is a toad.
That does make a difference.
Okay, well, then I will not roll that. If you guys are so inclined.
Do what you will, Chase, as the DM.
It's okay. No, it's all right. I think if I saw a toad in a sewer, I'd be like, no, that's weird.
You'd think it was weird, but would you think it's anything else? I'd probably want to go pick it up. Be like, what's a weird frog?
What's this frog doing in the sewer? Yeah, you're right. He'll see that it's a frog, and will just keep his weapon return.
Nice. And with that, yeah, I just called Darkfoot back, and as Darkfoot's coming back, Moss would just relay everything that he just saw through Darkfoot to the party.
Okay.
I guess, would Moss know, can the party fit through any other crevices, or are there those that would not fit?
With squeezing, you think you can fit. There will probably need to be checks for those who are medium sized.
About the obelisk.
The obelisk is going to be a challenge. I bet you could, but it's going to take some finagling.
I don't know. This is a party filled with people expert in getting babies through slot canyons. So I think we got this.
If you guys would like to attempt to make your way through it, I'd like you to either do a survival or an acrobatics check to slowly shimmy your way through.
Before we go through,
Yeah.
Moss wants to take the lead
Okay.
and try to get through before everybody else gets through.
Sound good. Moss, for you, it's
Pinky,
fairly
you did
easy.
that check?
And Pinky, you can also fairly easily make it through. You will not need to make a check for this. Ren, Alia, Adelaide, Opal, and Baron, as well as Brigadier Haws and Pablo, will need to make checks. So I will roll for Brigadier Haws and Pablo.
What just straight roll?
It's acrobatic.
Acrobatics or survival.
What's the DC there, good sir?
You'll have to tell me. I have a number in my head. It's acrobatics. By the way, Brigadier Haws rolled a natural 20.
Just slips her in.
Yeah, she like just no flips through the wall. She glitches through the main.
Into the back room.
Pablo got an 11. So 21, you're able to easily make it through Ren.
Oh yeah.
I think he was going towards the end. Pablo was
Going out the
I
end.
was got an 11.
You also got an 11.
I got a 7.
Got a 7. Okay. And Alia, what did you get?
I got an 8.
So, as you guys are going through, I imagine that was Moss and Pinky, then Ren, then Adelaide, then probably Opal, kind of dragging the thing through, like and then Alia, and then Baron.
The thing actually fits the
Pablo. Yep. Is able to kind of work its way through as you turn it and stuff like that. But there's one spot that's a little bit too tight for Opal and Alia, and you feel yourself kind of get stuck in that spot, blocking the path for Baron and Opal as well as the kids. What would you like to do as you have found yourself in a stuck pickle? As you feel kind of like your heart elevate and stuff like that, what are you doing?
So you can rule this how you want. Or I guess if I were to cast grease on the walls, would that help?
You'd probably think that would be better than your situation. Would you like to cast grease on the walls?
Yes. I'm going to cast grease on the walls. I'll even use 2 spell slots.
As you coat both walls from head to foot in this little bit of a narrow section with buttery grease, so slick, so slick. You find it a lot easier for both you and Opal to make it through, and easily enough you make it to where everyone else is able to pass in with flying colors.
Sick.
Good use of your spell slot. I was hoping that you'd think about that. I was like, I hope she still has that. Respell. As everyone's working through, Moss and Pinky, you're on the other side. Are you waiting for everyone to get there, or are you going to kind of start looking around and stuff like that? It's not too far away where you saw the figures.
So Moss is immediately going to make a stealth check. Or he's going to start stealthing because he wants to run up to the figures behind them and do some things.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Moss's example.
So with you, Pinky.
25.
Okay.
13. Rolled quite low.
As you both kind of dart forward, stealthing your way towards where Moss had seen the individuals that he told you about. As you guys approach the spot that they are at, you don't find anything there.
Interesting.
As you continue forward, or are you continuing forward, trying to kind of locate where they went?
Moss is. I don't know. I'm thinking. Moss is going to go forward. He's still stealthing.
And Piki, are you joining him?
So I am following Moss's lead.
Right. As you step up to the same spot that they were at, you feel your foot snag on a tripwire. I need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Gosh, freaking dang it.
Always looking for booby traps.
Assume that Pinky is flying at least a little bit all the time.
As you are still like in the same area that the trap effect is triggered, even though it was Moss's foot that.
Oh, okay. Yes. I see.
Maybe.
17.
17.
Let's use my other dice. Here we go. A dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Doesn't help much. It's an 11. I'm rolling so poorly.
Okay. With that, you see small magical stones that have been placed around this area start flying towards you all as they're zipping back and forth. Moss, you'll take half damage. Pinky, you were not able to succeed, so you will take the full damage. As there was 4 magical stones as Pinky, you will take 13 points of damage.
Okay.
And Moss, you will take half of that, so 6.
Okay, sounds good.
As these small rocks pelt you, leaving gashes and bruises and stuff like that, you look over Moss to kind of where it come from, and you look onto the side and you see something chiseled into the stonework there. You would see it as well, Pinky. You'd see the print of like a hand, like a crudely drawn hand, with an eye in the center of the palm.
It's Gravity Falls.
Oh, is that a Gravity Falls symbol?
Fine.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should change it then. I think I
But
had it.
a hand with an eye on it is a lot of things. You're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
hand it.
Yeah, it's that.
Makes sense. Does Moss know this symbol?
You do. Very
Okay.
much so. It's very familiar to you.
Okay.
As you immediately recognize it. Pinky, I'd like you to do a history check to see if you've ever seen this.
Okay. Oh, okay. History. That is an 18.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
With your experience having lived among people and stuff like that, especially with your upbringing as a rogue and trickster, especially as you've been traveling from city to city as you're on your way to become a vigil, you had a couple of run-ins with a group called the Veiled Hands. They're known as kind of almost a crime syndicate. And not a lot is known about them, but it's believed that they're based out of Botova. But it's kind of still a little shady whether or not that's for sure.
Interesting. Moss is gonna look over at Pinky and be like, "Hey, yeah, do you know what this is?"
That's right.
Sorry, what was that, Joy?
Criminals, right?
I no idea. Never seen anything like this before.
Can I inside check that?
Yeah, definitely. If Moss, if you are making either a persuasion, if you're trying to persuade, like to make what you're saying believable, or deceive, either or, just make a persuasion or deception check. Don't tell us what it is.
Okay, sounds good. Made the check.
What'd you get, Pinky?
15.
I got a 15.
Ooh,
I would know.
you'd know?
Yeah.
You can tell that he seems to be bluffing. As he says that as he's not necessarily saying like the full truth. Like it just comes across as like, oh yeah, I don't know what that is, but maybe he does know a little bit more than he's letting on.
The puppy dog confused, a little tilt, and just kind of scrutinize him, just like, Then she's not going to ask any further questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, at this point, I think we just head back and wait for the party to get out.
No worries. You guys head back. You eventually come to the same spot. The sewer leads towards the direction that the figures were, as well as continue on the other direction. Down. Which way, as you kind of get up, everyone's kind of made their way through the area. You see Opal and Alia are like literally just drenched in like grease and oil. They look quite slick.
Like greasers now.
There.
Their hair is like in huge pompadours, and they're all wearing black leather.
All butterfly knives.
Yeah. You think they're going to go fight some sharks or something like that? I guess.
So they're gross.
I'll find out part. Which way are we going?
Moss is gonna defer to Pinky on this one. Be like, you want to tell him what happened?
We tripwire. And it kind of hurt because we got hit by rocks. But there's this cool symbol over here. I've seen it before. It belongs to some criminals. Based in another city. I can't remember the name. But yeah. She's going to point out the symbol on the wall. And Moss lied about knowing about it. So, yeah.
Hey. Okay, first off, does anyone react to that?
I mean,
Hold my arms and take my head and just be like,
Well, Moss, I think now's a good opportunity to share something you know.
Pinky, first off, I don't know what you're talking about. All I did was I asked you if you knew about the symbol. I know a little bit about it, but I just asked if you knew about it.
Can I do an insight check on
Lies.
Hey, that is 100% accurate.
You did say afterwards that you have no idea what it is.
And
That was the thing that she inside checked, that you had no idea what it is. So
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess I did lie. I don't remember lying though.
are you part of this organization? Is that why you can't say?
No. I am not part.
We insight check that.
I am not part. Look,
if you guys would like to inside check him, you can.
Natural
they
20.
don't. Okay, guys. You don't even know what the symbol looks like at all. Everyone's just like rolling dice.
No, Pinky pointed it out to us.
Put it out.
Up
I
there, yeah.
literally was like, here it is. This is it.
She pointed it out to us.
Oh, okay. She was heading that direction now. Yeah. I thought you guys were still at the mouth.
No, she went that way and then pointed it out. And then
I
she
didn't know.
was
I didn't know she'd pointed it out.
Yeah.
All right. So Pinky's pointed it out. Moss is going to be like, "Look, I just know what I think everybody else knows. That this tends to be a gang sign for the what are they called?
The veiled hands.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Pinky." Moss like, "Hello, what are they called again?"
You should know that.
Ah,
Who asked if Moss was a part of this organization? Opal? Opal asked? And Moss said no, right?
yeah.
Yeah. With
Why
that,
insight check that? Just so you guys know.
you did insight that,
Yeah.
right? And you got
Yes, with a natural 20. Yes.
with a natural 20, you can tell that he's being honest, that he's not part of that
Okay.
that organization. You can tell that with Moss, he's just sus. Like he probably isn't sharing everything, but you can tell that he's being genuine, saying, "No, I'm not that. I'm not part of that."
I'm not with these guys. All right. I just
The other criminal organization, on the other hand, he's all in.
I don't do dealings with low lives like this at all.
Moss, I think that you're being, in what Baron says, a shady strong.
Look,
Wow.
honey,
He's
we all have our pasts.
He's not a part of them. So we can let's move on. Let's get out of here.
But I do think we need to take into account that probably going to be some traps set up. We should send our trusty Ren in front to make sure we don't run into anything. I already mentioned earlier that there's two figures down here that we got to be on the lookouts for.
More shady strongs.
With that, as you guys continue forward, eventually you come across a T section of the sewers, one leading more towards the north and one leading towards the west, or towards the east. This looks very familiar to you as the turn that you made when you first came in here. Towards the east was where you found the place that you eventually reached, the place that you found the lady who was looking for children.
That's if we go east, right?
You went east.
So this is the original, or is this where we found that lady?
No, this is not where you found the lady, but the eastern way you pretty sure would lead back to that area.
Okay, so this is where we fought the rat, or like the rat dude at the very beginning, right?
You found the rat dude and fought the shadows, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So we could backtrack from here.
Yeah. We would just
so not too much longer, you're able to find this exit that Brigadier Haws had found, and you guys met up at, and you come out into the city.
Oh, before that,
Yes.
I actually have some things I want to do. If that's okay.
Sure.
As we're walking, I would like to. I'll Moss kind of pulled back, didn't he?
Moss, where are you at?
Lead now.
Moss is in the middle of the group.
Hey, Moss.
Yeah.
Come here.
Where's Baron at?
I'm at the back.
Moss? Okay, Moss is gonna go back. What do you want?
I like your familiar.
Nah. Well, thank you.
Don't see many of that type.
Neither do I, honestly. Me and Darkfoot have been friends for a long time.
Yeah. Good.
He'll pull out the. I'm assuming you have Darkfoot in your hand as you're talking.
Yeah. Moss will pull out Darkfoot.
One eye will because both eyes don't really lock in on the same thing. They're kind of just like they're separated.
Where's the frog?
Yeah. Do you have the frog? Hand that to me, so I can show. Here's Darkfoot. His eyes go just a little wild, but you notice, Baron, that one locks in on you and just gives you kind of like a death stare, as the other one's just still kind of rotating around. He will then give a very curt, and that's it.
Well, as we're walking, I imagine at this point we are getting pretty close, so I'm gonna try and time this, hopefully right. But as we're walking, and I mentioned his little familiar, his little friend. You say you want us to be a team, Moss. That we're looking at the shortcomings of Alia and Opal and Adelaide and Ren and myself. It must be good to remember the shortcomings of yourself. I understand that you got some things that you don't want to talk about. That's fine, but just try opening up a little bit. And as I kind of say that, I imagine we're kind of like right at the entrance, and I'll speak up in front of everyone, or I guess behind everyone, and just be like, "Hey, just remember what we talked about down there. I think we're hoping to trust each other and become a team, and you'll see Baron kind of reach into like his pocket and just kind of grasp something, and he'll pause for a second, and then he'll just say, I don't think the Vigils are going to split us up anytime soon, so we might as well learn to work together. So once we step out of here, leave everything else behind. Just we might as well see if we can make this work. Then I will step forward with the kids.
As you kind of step forward, and everyone kind of, I feel like after that little brief talk, everyone's kind of like nodding, like, yeah, that was really good. Yeah, you would notice after you said leave everything behind, Pablo's setting down the backpack and stuff like that, and is like just confused, and then he picks it back up after Adelaide says something. With that, you guys exit out into the city. The time of day at this point would be late afternoon.
We do something before we. I want to look back at the prism thing and go to touch it myself to ensure, like, okay, should I take this out?
All right.
Or should I leave it here?
As you go to touch it, is Tori feeding baby? I'd like her to be here real quick for a thing.
Sure, let me go get her. I think she's just changing.
So if she's just changing them, sorry guys,
Oh, you're good.
character building things, you know. Yeah, have there.
Tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time. Sorry for that. So, as you go and you're reaching down to touch it, Opal, time for you freezes. Almost as in, like, you are having a vision. But this one is different for you. This is the first time this has ever happened to you. You look up at Baron, who's just got done talking. He's walking pretty close to this black rectangular prism, the thing that you're going down to touch. And you look up at him, and you can tell that even though it looks like Baron on the outside, the person on the inside is a different Opal. Maybe one not even here yet. As you look at him, the figure kind of like looks around, kind of confused. And you can't really make out what they're saying or what they're doing.
Can't see.
It kind of sounds fuzzy, but you hear your own voice come back. Hello? And then as it kind of comes into focus, you can tell there's some sort of presence, maybe for into the future, coming from this. As you recognize this, Adelaide, time has also stopped for you, and you are seeing everything that's happening. Opal, you would look over and you'd see Adelaide moving and acting as Adelaide. Everyone else is frozen. Opal, is that what's going on? Hello?
I can hear you. What color are your eyes? Am I no?
You at this point you could not tell.
Okay, so I'm asking.
But this is yeah.
Like, what color are your eyes?
Hazel.
Mine are not hazel.
Not hazel, no. You thinking back to what you know, you do not know the whole that hazel. What am I supposed to do?
You are chosen to protect this world. Has that already been explained to you?
Yes. And then the figure will turn towards you, Adelaide. Who are you?
I'm Adelaide.
What?
Adelaide has been chosen as well, but by a specific god.
We need your help. It's and you can kind of see her like shudder with breath. I'm trying to, and it's at about that moment that this stops, and things kind of revert back to how it was. Adelaide, that's the first time you've ever experienced something like that. Are you continuing to touch the face?
No, I think I'll just hover my hand above it and just try just thinking of what does Opal need help with. Is it something I'm doing that causing her a problem as the previous Opal struggled and then giving me a problem?
I think I'll just like make my way and kind of just stand over your shoulder a little bit and just like, how riveting.
Yeah. Now you know. However, that one has never happened.
What was the difference?
The visions I've had are from the past to provide instruction and guidance. That one was not yet. So that was for the future.
A future opal? And you usually see opals that have already passed.
Yes.
Interesting.
It makes me nervous as heck.
As you guys all exit from the sewers, the light of day finally bathes you. The smell of fresh baked bread hangs in the air. As you start exiting, you start looking around. The signs of the pandemic are still out there. As you stop some people along the side of the street, they explain to you basically what has happened, as well as some guards have been posted on waiting for your eventual arrival out. From the sounds of it, the shadow that had been part of the sickness has been removed. But the sickness itself has persisted, though with the medical means of the Watchers, as well as other factions, have been able to start to heal people, as it's not the same problem. Before, healing didn't have an effect on it, but now with the shadow portion of it gone, as shadows leaking from people's mouths, it's more of a normal sickness, a normal plague that can be fought by medicinal and magical means.
Okay.
The city is still kind of in high alert, but it seems to be a whole lot safer than it was.
After seeing that, I don't know if we'd continue on or if we would remain. Would we continue on? Because Opal needs to say something. Okay.
It's up to you.
Okay. Well, from my recollection, the illness had to do with two types of demon-esque things. We've dealt with one, and we've received warning of another.
Make a religion check or a medicine check for what's going on.
Religion, we're gonna do 13.
From what you can tell, the shadow was of magical means. You think this sickness that's still going around, this illness, while it was created by the demon of pestilence, Krivust, the sickness itself isn't necessarily being still controlled by it, though it has become a normal illness that's going around the city. It will just take time.
So it's a normal illness now.
Yeah, it's still serious. It's still bringing a lot of people to bed rest and stuff like that. But from what you're getting, it's not like, oh crap, we still have a way to go.
Okay.
We don't.
Scratch that.
Yeah, sorry.
Scratch that one. I just remembered there was two essences, so.
Yeah, that essence, it seems like the shadow's more easily dispelled, even though it is stronger.
Yeah.
The sickness itself lasts longer, though it doesn't have as strong of an effect on it.
Okay, cool. And then to what I actually would like to say. I feel like we should give ourselves a day with this thing, and after that, we should probably get rid of it. I think. Let me think about it. But
Are you saying you don't want them to research it anymore?
No, I said give it a day. So research as much as we can, and if I don't, a recent event occurred that I need to kind of meditate a little bit about. So we're just gonna speed up the process of should this thing actually be on the surface.
Well, I'm out of the cave.
I don't want to babysit the rock, but I don't want to.
Are you gonna leave it there?
Do we see any vigils or anything?
Not at this spot. No.
Okay. We didn't discuss this, but can I send a call device to?
Do you have something to do that with?
I don't know.
I don't think
We
so.
didn't, and we didn't discuss that.
I think you'll have to do that once you reach the lighthouse.
That's go and make a physical.
Or like you'll need to do like a letter and send it that way.
I don't have a cool thing for the Triquetra.
Maybe we'll talk. Maybe we'll talk out of session. I do not think that you'll just have like a sending stone that works in that regard.
It'd just been nice and more convenient.
Oh, it would be very convenient, but sometimes convenience isn't always what you get. Look, the question I have is, are you guys heading back towards the Vigil outpost?
I think so, yeah.
I want to, I just don't want to leave them.
Well, you don't have to. You can bring it with you.
Bring the rock.
Well, we kind of decided as a group that we were bringing it.
You already have it here, so is it better to leave it like just underneath the ceilings, or is it better to take it with you?
Tell you what,
I mean, you kind of have your bed made, so it's.
Take it with.
As you guys walk through the city, seeing not necessarily what you would hope as the warm welcome and everyone celebrating, you can tell that things have turned slowly back to normal. The bread isn't being affected. As you look up, as you're passing through the bread wall, you can see the BDBB seems to be lively tonight as people are finally being able to have the first time in a week being able to actually enjoy this proprietary.
Before we go to the vigil outpost, we should probably find what kind of gesture these guys' parents.
Brigadier Haws would say, if you want me to, I have the Crimson Cloaks look into it and get them to where they need to. Or if that's something that you'd like to do personally, you can do that as well.
I don't care how we do it, as long as it gets done.
Well, if it's all right with you, I can probably take it from here.
Do you guys care if I go with Haws just until the kids get back home?
go for it.
Meet you guys back home.
Sorry.
I'll meet you all back at the outpost.
Yeah,
We'll do the outpost first. That's all right. I have to come back. Oh, actually, we'll do you first. It's fairly simple.
I mean, do the outpost first. Mine's going to take like 2 seconds.
No, that's why I'm going to do yours first, as it's not anything really that special. You're able to go back with Brigadier Haws. It's known whose children are missing, and you're able to help deliver each one. The thing that's interesting, the lady that was found underneath is the mother of these two boys. She's very grateful, and she wasn't looking too good of shape yesterday. She seems to have been able to be healed, and they're able to exit as a family and leave for that house. As you go and deliver phlegm, as you come up to the house, you find the parents, the same ones, the elements. The eyes red and puffy, things like that. Can we do plan first? It doesn't make it much of a difference. If that is what's important to you,
is what's important.
McKay, we can do that. I don't really
Thank you.
Why do you want to do that one first?
Gonna talk to Vinny,
Oh,
the little boy.
okay. I mean, we could talk to Vinny before we go.
Makes it better if he's the last guy.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just trying to finish up the episode, guys, so we can go to bed. Sorry. With that, as you drop off Clem, her parents, as they come out, their eyes are very puffy and red. As upon seeing their daughter, they see all these tears that they were shedding are lifted. They would say, she was just sitting in our house. Not even more than 3-4 hours ago, and all she turned into was this. And they'll show you one of the needles, one of the same ones that was in the arm of Clem.
Because we had left Clem up.
You didn't do anything with Clem.
Okay.
Go out.
No. So
You pulled the needle out,
yeah.
but the fake Clem was still up top.
Oh, that's terrifying.
As they watched their child turn into goo with a needle left there. As they thought she was dead, it's very much a relief for them to find her. Well, her brother is still very, very sick. They're not sure if they'll make it, but at least having this child back is a relief.
Glad we could help. I'll take that needle from you.
Take it. As you head towards to drop off Vinny and Ralph with their mom, she's still at the outpost being watched over. Ralph has already have been taken in, being seen to for medical help, as he's very much weak, and hungry. Vinny's kind of just standing there by the door, just silent. Here you go, and he'll go to hand you the dagger that you've given him.
I'll grab it from him for a second. I'll just say, you're a pretty strong kid. I'll kind of look at the dagger and kind of like do a little hand thing. Do you want me to do a sleight of hand for that? Make it look cool?
Yeah, do sleight of hand.
All right.
See how well you can impress a 7-year-old.
That's gonna be 15.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty impressive.
Shabby.
Not too shabby. His eyes go wide.
And then I'll kind of flip it up and catch it by the blade and say, you can keep it. But just know that honestly, the sharpest weapon that you can have is just knowledge and learning to not be scared.
He'll take the dagger by the hilt and pull it back. I'm using it only for good. Right?
Kind of give him a nod.
Thank you. Thanks, Baron. If you ever stop by, maybe you could show me how to use them on these. I have no idea.
Talk to Crimson Cloaks. I'm sure they can teach you.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll do that.
See you later, kid.
He will giggle and look down at the knife and walk into the outpost. Haws will, at that point, kind of give you a nod. Do you have anything else from us?
From you guys? Nope.
I have one more favor to ask of you. Just for record's sake, as well as, it's my job to protect the city. If you could send me anything that you find out about that big black rectangle that you find, I'd appreciate that.
Sure. Don't know how detailed it'll be.
No, it's better than nothing. It'll help us maybe figure out what else is down there. I've seen some crazy stuff come up from those sewers, so.
Good luck. Seems like a good city you got here.
With that, we'll switch back to the party. As you guys reach the Vigils outpost, you notice it seems to be more of a buzz and alive with activity. As you enter in, you see what looks to be a different group of Vigils have arrived. One of them being kind of a large fur-bowled man, wearing almost kind of wizard robes, long spindly beard. One of them seeming to be a tiefling lady. Her eyes pitch black, but she seems to always kind of have a soft smile on her face. As well as a woman fully clad in like heavy winter clothing, holding some sort of, almost looks kind of like a staff or a wand slung over her shoulder. Her features kind of give her away as maybe being some sort of a cobra, something like that. And lastly, what looks to be a large dwarf man who, though not tall in stature, seems to be very well kitted out in very fine plate mail and other such things. The egg cropra in the very heavy clothing will approach you all and say, my name is Kiri. We were summoned here to give help with the situation. Looks like there's been a stop of the shadow plague. Is there still assistance needed?
Yes. Do you happen to be proficient with understanding things like this? And I'll just refer to the person.
She'll look at it and say, honestly, I'm not. Though your best bet would probably be taking it to the Vigils outpost or to the Lighthouse. They might be able to give more of an insight on what it does and what it actually is. That's what I would do with something like this.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
You all are new to this, correct? I don't think I've ever seen you around before.
Yep.
And you went and retrieved this all on your own?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's impressive. I'll have to tell Draven. You guys did a good job. What we'll do is we'll just make the rounds. If you have any details, any locations that maybe we should check, we'll do so. You all look fairly haggard. To be quite honest, you look like you might need some rest. So we can take it from here. If you want to bring whatever that is back to the lighthouse. And, hopefully get some rest. Is there anything else that we can do for you all?
No,
I,
I don't
I
think
don't.
so.
Yeah,
As like she's looking over all the Albion, she'll focus on you, Alia, and say, "I feel like I know you from somewhere. You look really familiar."
You probably know my mom a little bit better.
I feel like I've seen you around the lighthouse a lot before, though. You're the only one of these ones that seem familiar. Hmm.
Yeah, I work a lot with. Oh crap! Oh, I forgot his name. Jeez.
That's what it was. Gearland.
Garland.
You're,
Yeah,
you're
I work a
the
lot with.
sous chef
I
or
work a
something
lot
like
with
that.
Garland. Yeah. So I'm actually making these guys some food tonight, and if you guys are around, I would be happy to make some of. I planned on making Garland's famous soup.
Ooh.
And so if you guys are around, they'll definitely be extra. So
We'll try and make our way back here. That's pretty awesome. So I look forward to that. Hey, good job with coming out here. I know that it ain't easy going from something like that to this. Good on you.
thank you.
With that, as you all kind of close out the end of the day, I imagine it kind of pans up that evening as you are all kind of surrounded in this small vigil outpost, the proprietor helping out and Alia cooking, Baron entering into the door at that moment.
I think I need a drink. Good job.
The proprietor kind of rolling his eyes and going into his room, pulling out a very similar bottle and just handing it to you. I'd say Opal is kind of more in that kind of corner, just contemplating things. Adelaide and Pablo have probably come back with new things that they had found at shops that they were able to go to. Ren sitting there, just pondering a little bit about his necklace, like thinking back to his family. Pinky, probably I'd say is hanging up streamers as a job well done, as a victory feast is in order. And Moss probably is fallen asleep in his chair, slowly just kind of snoring to himself as his goat slowly munches a little bit on the end of his cloak.
This is all right.
Not. I thought you guys had to go with Philip most of the time. I think he was left at the Vigils outpost when you went into the sewers. No, I thought, but he was still with you on the mission.
Yeah.
Do you all see this kind of warming, touching thing as everyone's being served this immaculate soup? Very delicious. The camera pans more towards the side into the room where you'll all be sleeping. And it just slowly draws in as it kind of pans from that open door to the other one, slowly draws in as it kind of goes towards that black, ominous monolith that's been kind of set up in the corner as it slowly draws towards it. And the music becoming a little bit more intense, a little more longing. It's at that moment that it fades to black. And that is the end of our first act in this Vigils story.
What?
Yo!
What is the black thing? This black box thing? Who knows? Find out.
Maybe it's nothing. Chase is just leading us on a goose chase. It's just nothing.
I wanted to add a little more spice.
Oh yeah, what's the spice?
Well, it won't have the same effect
Yeah,
now. So
that's okay. I like the panorama of like kind of the jovial night, and then like panning over to this, and just like kind of the ominous like As it like slowly zooms in on it.
The Grim Prism.
Yeah. That's why I changed my mind. I'm like, okay, it's got a day. After that, we're smashing it. But then my thoughts wander of like, oh, what if it's like a cocoon and suddenly
Yeah, you smash it. Literally, you start the apocalypse.
freak.
Freaking heck.
Oh well, that was freaking good.
Good job with finishing up Act
You know
1.
what?
The Darkness of Have-Not. That was that little.
So we're gonna call this title.
Yeah, this little arc in the story. You guys did a good job.
Do we do good
job.
enough to level up?
You guys finished your first vigil assignment. Next time we'll start up with you guys coming back to the lighthouse proper. You will most likely
Getting paid?
Was it?
Getting paid? You and Dosh?
Get your money. Finally get money. You
Boss
are
gets
going
money.
to free reign of all around there. You'll be able to get your guys' rooms finally.
Sending some letter.
Send some letters. Yeah. If you guys have any like things that you want to have sent to other people, or if you guys want something to be sent to you, get in touch with me and I can write you something, and then we can do that out of session as well.
Nice.
So,
Cool.
yeah, good job, guys.
Probably go end it.
Yeah, let's end this here. Dungeon.
Dungeon.
Donjon.
Jen.
Dungeon house.